trees on a mountaintop. They all had different dreams on what they wanted to be made into. The first tree wanted to be cut down and made into a treasure chest that holds the most valuable treasures. The second tree wanted to become a ship that holds kings and queens. And the third tree wanted to just grow tall so that anyone who looks at him would think about God and heaven. Let's see what happened to the three trees after some time. Some woodcutters or lumberjackers come and cut down the trees. The first tree was cut down and made into a cattle feeder. And he was so upset because he knew all hope was lost. How from a cattle feeder could you become a treasure chest? Now all he can hold is feet. All he can hold is hay. Yet alone, how could he hold the most valuable treasures? And so he was so upset. The second tree was cut down and made into a fishing boat. He was super smelly and stinky, and so he hated it. Because if he is this smelly and stinky, if he is this smelly and stinky, and he is just a fishing boat, why would anyone in the first place want to even come on him, yet alone kings and queens? So he was so upset because he knew that his dream would never come true. The third tree was cut down, but then just thrown into the pile of wood. He wasn't made into anything. But he was still upset because even if he was put back on soil, he wouldn't be able to grow to the height he was before. And so he was so upset. He was like, why would anyone look at me and think about God or even anything like him? And so they were all the three trees were so upset. And then another few years passed, and let's see what happened. So now the first tree, which became the cattle feeder, is now the manger for our baby Jesus Christ. And his dream finally came true. All the hope has come back together, for he is not just holding treasures like gold or silver. He is holding the most valuable treasure, more valuable than anything on earth. And so his dream was fulfilled. The second tree, which was made into a fishing boat, has now become Peter's boat. And guess who rode on that boat? Jesus Christ. It is not just like a king or a queen, but it is the King of Kings who has came on that boat. Not even if 10 kings or 10 queens came on that boat, it would not be as holy or as good as when Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, has come on that one boat. And so he was so happy because he knew that the King of Kings, not just any old king, was on that boat. And now let's look at the third tree. He was which was put into the pile of wood. He was taken out and he was made into the cross of Calvary. And Jesus Christ was hung on that cross. And now his dream was fulfilled, because now anyone who looks at that cross would think about God and heaven. And so he was so happy, because he knew that anyone who looks at him would think about heaven, which is what he wanted from the beginning. The moral of the story is, submit your dreams to God and he will help you achieve them. Maybe you think you're at the wrong place, like the first tree, which was the cattle feeder. Or maybe you're stinky or have no friends, like the fishing boat. Or maybe you're just left alone in the pile, like the piece of wood, in the pile of lumber, and nobody even noticed it. But with the power, but no matter what, if you show, but no matter what, always have faith. For if you give your dreams to God, He will help you achieve your dreams. Thank you. May God bless you.